Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about these incredible Crown Northampton sneakers. I got my first look at Crown Northampton sneakers while I was at the Stitch Down boot camp in New York City a couple months ago, and while there I picked up this amazing veg tan Crown Northampton branded cup holder. I love it. It's just been on my desk. I haven't really used it. Well, I guess I use it for my coffee mug. Super cool. Super cool company. So all four of these are going to be for sale on my website, dalesleatherworks.com. I'm selling these for my friend Jen. You can find her at Patina Miles on Instagram as well as on YouTube. She's become a good friend of mine. She's a super cool girl, has really good style, and is a leather nerd just like me. And she's explored around some other brands that I haven't had the opportunity to get to yet. Super thankful to Jen for sending me these to review and sell for her. So check her out. I'll leave links to her accounts in the description below. These are all in a UK 5.5. Talking to Jen, she's a US 6.5/7. So these should fit a US 6.5. If you wear like 6.5 Red Wing comfortably, then these 5.5 UKs should work out. Two of these are brand new. These two, we've got Color 8 Chromexcel, and we've got Horween Sunflower Cavalier. Both of these are brand new. This pair in olive Chromexcel appears to have only been worn maybe once, probably not for very long, as there's just minimal toe creasing on there. These white high top sneakers do appear to have some wear on them, evidenced by some wear on the sole there that you can see, but all four are in outstanding condition, but we will be offering fair prices on these. Anyways, let's get to the review. So my buddy Nick at Stridewise, that lucky bastard, he actually had the opportunity to go visit the guys at Crown Northampton, and I used his video as a reference of information for this video. So I will leave links in the description below to direct you to his video in case you missed it. He got to tour the factory, talked to some of the brand representatives. It was very informative, very cool video. Rose Anvil also did a very popular video covering the Crown Northampton sneakers in shell cordovan, and he called them the perfect sneaker. And looking at these, I have to agree. These might look like simple sneakers, but the level of skill, planning, and materials that went into these are the highest possible level imaginable. The English do it right. Every pair I noticed came with some Crown Northampton branded shoe bags. Very nice. One for each shoe. As well as they come with an additional insole. This insole is going to be foam, and it looks like it would complement the aesthetic of the shoe very nicely. That's one thing that Jen wanted me to mention in the video, was just how dang thick the insoles are in these things. They're very cushy, very padded, and quite thick. We think that they were just a little bit too little volume on the inside for her foot. Our assumption is they include this thinner foam insole so that you can remove the originals and throw those in case they are a little too snug. Speaking of insoles, so I'm very proud of these. I actually have a few new sizes in stock. Basically an EU 40 all the way up to 50, and the corresponding US sizes are listed on my website. Here are my thin, and here are my medium weight veg tan insoles, stamped out by me. Right next to the camera is my clicking press, where I stamp them out myself and send them to you. So dalesleatherworks.com if you're in need of some insoles, some veg tan insoles. None of the foam. I do not like foam. If we could eradicate all foam from all shoes, the world would be a better place. All right, so I'm not going to get too much into the history, just because Nick at Stridewise and Weston at Rose Anvil already did a really good job giving the overview of the history. But long story short, there is a really cool story there. These shoes are made in England from start to finish, which is commendable. Every order is made to order. They don't have these shoes just lying around in stock. When you click order, that's when they start making the shoes. If you're watching my channel, then you know that these are all world-class materials. Horween, Chromexcel, and Cavalier. The use of the name Crown in the Crown Northampton name is not something that they take for granted. Due to the royal roots of the word and the power it still commands in England today, it was necessary to contact the official offices at Buckingham Palace to gain the relevant clearance and rights for Crown Northampton to include it as part of their overall brand. Using the words Crown and Northampton with all the relevant legal permissions alongside our town and country's coat of arms and rose is an honor. It ensures that as a company we will always be firmly and fully committed to producing all Crown Northampton footwear in England to the highest possible standards set before us. And a quick message from the founder: it has taken over 100 years to reach this point for Crown Northampton. I'm sure my great-grandfather Ernest would be very proud that his hand-making skills have been passed down so far down the Woodford generations. Of course, I've personally needed some additional training in order to design and pattern cut the more modern day sneaker and stitch down styles, but after 25 years of learning, I am proud to continue the Woodford family shoemaking tradition, and I am happy to showcase every single detail across our varied ranges. Well, that is super cool. And Chris Woodford is the guy that Nick at Stridewise interviewed. Very cool that they're carrying on the English royal heritage, paying homage to the royals. Well, maybe not Andrew, but the rest of them. Hey, I'm all for it, as long as they're not secretly blood-drinking reptilians in disguise. All jokes aside, let's start talking about these shoes. So this first one here, this is the Overstone Derby in Horween Sunflower Cavalier leather. This one is on a white sole. You can choose whether you want a gum sole, a white sole, or a black sole. Jen went with the white sole. I would have done the same for this. So the leather is a really rich, vibrant Sunflower Cavalier leather upper from Horween. It's in a derby design and construction, fully leather lined, including insole, durable sidewall stitched sole unit, premium waxed cotton. This is my first time seeing Horween Cavalier leather. By my eye and feel, it feels very similar to Chromexcel. A real nice, vibrant, waxy finishing, and this Sunflower Cavalier looks like it just has a hint of light brown added to it. So it's a real nice tan color. This one's gonna really patinate it up beautifully, get really rich over time. We've got a proprietary Northampton cup outsole. So Rose Anvil did a really good job deconstructing these, so I don't need to go over all the specs in super fine detail. But what's really cool is the tongue is also made in Horween Sunflower Cavalier, and they cut out they made some slits in the tongue so that the laces can pass through those, keeping the tongue securely in place. Very nice. And Weston was particularly impressed with this area right here of the shoe, where somebody would have had to been able to get a stitching machine to reach this area. That, to me, as a small scale leather worker myself, I can tell you that I don't use a machine because I can't get to hard to reach areas like this. I have to do it by hand. I can't imagine using a machine for something like that. Next, we've got the Overstone Derby in Horween number 8 Chromexcel. Now, I'm no stranger to Color 8 Chromexcel. These are my Wolverine 1000 miles in Color 8 Chromexcel. I absolutely love Color 8. It's a beautiful burgundy, rich eggplant color. Absolutely love it. So this is going to be on the gum sole, which is kind of like a drab olive color. Very clean design here. When it comes to a sneaker, for me personally, deconstructing every element of the design isn't always super helpful because they are very simply designed, but they're designed that way for a reason. Next, we have the Overstone High Derby because it covers the ankle. And this is an all-white calf. Wow. It takes some serious cojones to wear an all-white shoe, but if you can keep them clean, then they will give you a rewarding patina. There's a nice little loop back here to help you get into the shoe. The tongue is embossed with crown on there, very nice. Also, the interior says made in England. It gives you the size. And yeah, this stitching along the gum sole, I can see it from the inside in the front of the vamp. Very cleanly done. Again, this isn't a service boot design, so all this would be done by machine. So this calf leather is a very popular choice when ordering sneakers, known as a premium grade leather that is firm and even whilst offering a consistent finish across the hide. Sometimes carries a fine grain or it can be completely smooth depending on the finishing process. Some key features of calfskin are its soft and supple feel, which makes it ideal for footwear as it can move and flex with the wearer. its signature fine grain that gives high quality finish, and importantly, its durability also whilst remaining lightweight. At Crown Northampton, we pride ourselves on using the finest materials available, and we carefully select the ideal calf skin, finish, and firmness. We only select first grade calf suede and leather from English tanneries such as Charles F. Stead alongside the finest Italian tanneries. So it doesn't say specifically where this calfskin is sourced, but it could possibly be Italian, could also possibly be from Stead, but probably an Italian tannery. Last but not least, certainly not least, because I am a fiend for green leather, this is going to be the Overstone Derby in Horween Forest Green Chromexcel. Wow, such a beautiful shade of green. I absolutely love it. These came with the black cup sole, and you can also get any of these styles in the Abington toe cap sneaker, which is a two-toned sneaker. The toe is going to have, I believe, a white calfskin toe made out of this same material as this shoe is. Yeah, super nice sneakers. I really like their size guide as well. Whenever I always get the warm fuzzy about ordering a shoe. So for reference, I'm a 9 Brannock. When I see UK 8, US 9, EU 42, I know that's the perfect fit for me. If I were to order, I'd order these in a UK 8 myself. What else could I say? Typically, I'm not a sneaker guy, but when you're gonna do sneakers right, I'm all for it. My friends at Grantstone also make a killer sneaker right now. Although I am a boot aficionado first and foremost, a bootman, a boot wearer, I do appreciate a really well done sneaker when I see it, and when I see it, I can call it as I see it. In this case, Crown Northampton is making some of the best sneakers in the world. Part of my reason for not liking sneakers in general is just because they're so mass produced, and you know, Nike, Adidas, all that stuff, it's just not my thing. But when you're gonna do it right, like Crown Northampton, I can get behind something like this. In addition to that, each set of shoes comes with a nice little set of literature, an extra set of laces, as well as a veg tan key fob. Doesn't get any better than that. I also include key fobs, any orders. I hand stamp them myself. Every order that you make at Dale's Leatherworks also gets a similar thing. I use all my scraps for key fobs. Whenever I see a company doing that, I say, you know what, they're doing something right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't hesitate to reach out if you're interested in any of these. Once again, they will be available on my website, dalesleatherworks.com. Let's keep the love of really well-made premium material sneakers alive. I will see y'all in my next video.